Anything to add to the agenda?
I got nothing.
Motion to approve is read.
The minutes essentially are the same as you received, a grammatical error or two, updated.
Anything else you want to add to the agenda? No?
No, I said,
We should move to approve the agenda.
Okay.
I thought I did.
You made, Jan made a motion, and I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Approve the minutes of the 24th of March 2026 commission meeting.
Those are in your packet. And are the same, pretty much the same as passed out. No substantive changes.
I'll make a motion to approve.
All in favor?
Second,
Jan.
Jan, it's her word.
Opposed? Motion carried. Approve the minutes of the working meeting on April 14th, 2026.
Again, these are, as they were distributed earlier with, correction of the initials at the bottom of the page.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Old business. 10696 Pine Ball, junk mattresses, update.
Council sent the final letter and has heard nothing. In fact, it may have been returned to him. Property is in foreclosure, and that's going to have to wait till the next, till we choose a new council, legal counsel, because the foreclosure process won't be done by the time the council retires. And so, what happens, who knows if the foreclosure goes through or not. So it's a wait and see. And meanwhile, on the road inspection, yesterday, it really was like an absolute mess and haven for all sorts of critters. Oh, great.
Nineteen 1995 Royal Heights Lane, junk update. Is it still there?
Talked with Kelly, this evening, and sent her the photographs that we took, that he took yesterday. More junk has accumulated, and she is talking to the assistant county attorney to see where they stand in terms of prosecution.
How's that property for sale again? Or did it ever
The
sell?
property is for sale again,
Again?
and, I know that an update on what the county attorney is doing.
Is that whole piece up for sale, or is it, did they split that off? I thought that they, split this,
It's
sold
that
still.
whole, that's that
Okay,
whole,
11 acres or something like that.
something like that.
wait and see.
Unfortunately, that's all we can do.
The Johnson Orvis Cheetah Line split on the Greeley Road.
In your package, you have what the the survey that the working commission studied. I didn't have any updates, but I gather there are some.
Yeah, John brought in a new one. So,
You want to talk?
John, you wanna explain?
Yeah, I can. They put on their PID number, so that's good. But we're waiting for 2 soil borings. Johnson's need to get their soil borings done and Orvis need to get theirs done. And Wendy turned in her ticket there that she got confirmation that the sewer's gonna be abandoned. And Amy already talked to him about it, and he's gonna take pictures and everything as he's doing it. So basically, it's tabled for now.
Okay. Thank you.
So bottom line, no action tonight?
No action.
Take any action about that, press next.
And that's on both parcels.
Yeah, cause I didn't get to Royalton Road, but it's the same thing on Royalton Road, right, John? They don't have
Right.
the one chunk is landlocked.
But then the other one with that's just out here, that's landlocked, so we need all the affidavits for it. Make sure that, each piece of our property is gonna go with what piece,
Sure.
and we don't have that done either.
Okay.
So wait to see.
So we need the affidavits on Royalton Road.
No, we need soil borings on on Greeley Road.
Soil borings needed
Yep. And then we need affidavits for the one on.
on Royalton.
Yep.
Any more discussion? Okay.
Some of it.
And the Greeley Road needs
Number 4.
a more formal abandonment.
No, yeah, he's gonna let us know, but they gotta do soil borings on.
Yeah, but there's a sewer on that. One needs,
Okay.
abandoned.
Yep.
And so we need documentation of the abandonment as well.
Kelly, you have that or no? Not yet?
No, he hasn't done it yet.
Okay.
It says it's gonna be done by May
Is
5th.
it doing on both or just the one?
I only know the one on Greeley Road, I have
Okay.
not heard the Royalton one yet.
Okay.
I'm still unclear what we actually need.
So they need a abandonment form for the one on Greeley Road.
Yeah,
Yeah, the old house that's there.
right. But nothing on the Royalton Road property in terms of abandonments.
Haven't heard anything about that one.
Questionable.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Next is 8 citizen complaints from John Gray shared at the working meeting.
So I had a discussion with Kelly this afternoon. We went over each of the 8 complaints. And we didn't necessarily come to any sort of conclusion, but I've not had time to put anything in writing for the planning commission to consider. But we had a good discussion about all 8 complaints, and we'll need to compare them with what Joseph's responses are as well.
Okay. So we should probably push that off to the working meeting, so we need more information.
We can go at length, but we're not, simply not really ready to conclude. I don't think we're ready to conclude it at this point,
No.
because you all haven't had an opportunity to hear fully what we've talked about.
Wayne, can I ask a question?
Yes,
Did you share my responses with county administrator?
I did not.
Okay, I'll send them to her tomorrow, so she's got that in a copy. Thank you.
I didn't, know I didn't think that was my,
It's not, you said you spoke to her about it, I want to know if she has a copy of it, that's all I'm, thank you.
I am not aware that she does.
Cool, thanks.
We did talk, but not in any, great specificity.
Thank you.
So then we have the citizen complaint from Patrice Gray, so we'll just put that with John's and get together with Kelly and try to get something hammered out at the working.
And that relates to the whole, cannabis ordinance, which Kelly and I did talk a little bit about. And it is her opinion that, of course, we could, initiate a cannabis ordinance if we wanted to. But currently, she is very happy that, she's very comfortable with the fact that we have officially turned over to the county the cannabis, zoning, not the building, but the zoning issues. And we talked at length about the process that worked, that, resulted in both retail cannabis going to the county and cannabis zoning to the county. And she was very comfortable that we had followed, her recommendations on both fronts. So if we are looking at our own cannabis ordinance, then, we will have to start that conversation again, because anything that we would put into effect, the county would have to evaluate, because it would have to be at least as restrictive as the county's ordinance. So, more discussion, among all parties probably, but that's the summation of, our conversation of today.
Updated zoning ordinance.
I have nothing.
I have nothing, anybody else with that?
Is that ready to,
No, it's not ready. There's some, we talked at the, working meeting, adding, solar and data
Yep.
farms
yep, which I
in there, and then,
fully support. I
so,
mean, once that gets done,
yep, so we have to send that
then
to
we should be
to
good to
the
go.
lawyer to add that to the zoning.
Okay.
Get a couple things cleaned up on that, and then it should be,
Perfect.
it's very close.
There we go.
Good.
New business, Adam Janowski's municipal intern use permit for 5271 Royal River Road.
And you have the interim use permit application, in your packets.
John and Amy, you want to put your input on this?
Well, I spoke with the county and they want to see it before we do anything with it because three-quarters of it's in the shoreline district.
Okay.
And not only that, but we need a site plan, a drawn up site plan, not just written, so that we know everything, where everything's gonna be. Cause the county wants to know where its location's gonna be and everything. Cause like I say, part of it's on ours, part of it's on theirs. So that, once he does that, then we can send it to them, they're gonna review it, and then give us their input. We can have ours, so it's gonna be a shared interim permit.
Okay.
If it can work, because the other thing that they were debating is whether or not it can even happen, because it's a residential recreational area. So they're still questioning that, they were gonna do some more digging on that, so.
Okay. Thank you. Amy didn't have nothing?
I don't have nothing.
Okay.
Is there anything I need to do to follow up on that then?
What?
Who do I need, is there somebody I can follow up with at the, with the county?
Probably get the site plan to John, right?
Yeah, if you want to give the site plan to us, if you want to make a copy of it and send it up to Sandstone, that'd be fine.
Okay.
You know, Aaron's the guy that you want to contact.
I can share your application
Okay.
with the county if that's,
Yeah, that's fine with me.
acceptable to you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
New citizens complaints.
You have in your packets a series of complaints basically about odors. Let's see. Odors and lighting. You haven't seen these before, so how much we can do with them will be up to you at this point.
Should we take these to our working meeting, or?
I would assume that this is part and parcel of the whole discussion.
Yeah.
And if you want to talk about any of them, or have Denise talk about them at the moment. But again, I don't think we can be definitive until we have a chance to spend more time than we do at a half-hour meeting. And Denise, I think I have them all here.
One, two, three.
There's multiple ones in each
One.
each packet. And I mentioned to Kelly that we had had more, but that we hadn't reviewed any of them. And we would probably talk with her then as events warrant here with this.
We can review these more at the next working meeting. I think we can review these more at the next, before and during the next working meeting.
This is your,
Yeah.
Next working meeting. You got a date and time in mind? I said that earlier about John and me,
That's been cooked.
yeah.
I know, and you're right there.
So we push something off later in the meeting. You don't have to do that.
I'm gonna be. You know, I think it's 17.
So am I.
Okay.
Not using this to the 12. Okay, so
What dates are you looking at?
the 5th of the 12th.
12th would work better for me.
I'll be gone.
Oh.
I don't get back
Cliff should be all right.
Well, John's might be a field.
Oh, yeah. Should we go for the 12?
I can make the fifth one. We'll put it together. I can make the fifth one.
And
Does it work?
Yeah, that's good for me.
Does it work for
12
you?
o'clock.
Don't give us much time
We'll give us a lot of time.
though. No. Let's do the 12. John Graham says plus right now.
Jan's not going to be as well, so the four of us will be here. So.
Right.
Well,
That'd be fine. I can make either work. Either one's fine. 12?
yep.
May 12th at 6:30?
Okay. Yep.
A lot of homework to be done.
Tomorrow morning.
Yep.
January.
Jan, if you're not going to be here, we can get together and talk so that your voice is not unheard. This is the 12th.
This is,
You can do that.
I could be on Zoom call.
You can be on the Zoom call.
So we don't have to figure it out this second.